My name is Heather McGuffey. I work for the Flowery Branch Police Department in their crime scene investigations unit. I'm their first crime scene tech, so basically what my job is to go out to a crime scene, take pictures, and process the evidence to make sure that our investigation unit has all the proper tools and evidence that they need to take their case to court and close it out properly.
Prior to joining the Flowery Branch Police Department, I spent most of my life actually in the city of Flowery Branch. Grew up in a small town close to Cincinnati, Ohio, and my father moved us here. And so I grew up going to Spout Springs Elementary School, and then Davis Middle School, and then Flowery Branch High School. And from there, I was actually able to be blessed enough to get a scholarship opportunity to go to University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky to continue my education, play football, etc. While I was there, I obtained a double bachelor's degree, one in criminal justice and one in information technology with a focus on cybersecurity and infrastructure. I thought, as soon as that was over, that I definitely wanted to go to law school. Matter of fact, I told everybody that I was going to go to law school. However, I spent most of my life wanting to get into the criminal justice field. I just didn't know where to start or how to get there. I left college, decided to go and take my LSAT, law school administration test for law school. Did a decent job with it, was going to start putting in applications, and then met my now wife, and she really pushed me to chase my dreams. And I knew a lot of people in this department and just sought out the help and the opportunity to come over here, kind of see what this department was about, what law enforcement was all about, and just really get involved in the community from this aspect. So I decided to put in an application with the city. They accepted my application, and it was absolutely awesome. I was very honored and blessed to have been the first person that the city of Flowery Branch has ever sent to the police academy. So that was extraordinarily overwhelming and super awesome and super cool, and I feel super honored and blessed to have that opportunity, or to have had that opportunity. Taking a look at how much is really going on in the city, from one person's perspective, from an outsider's perspective, you can look at it and say, well, there's really nothing. This is one of the safest cities in the entire state of Georgia, which is accurate. We absolutely make that top 10 most safest cities in the state almost every single year. But with 985 and with the constant production of the city and with growth and with everything that's going on, it's extraordinarily important for us to be proactive and productive from a law enforcement standpoint in order to find these hefty amount of drugs and all the other things that are really coming through our city to ensure that we keep our public safe.
Hi, I'm Officer Matthew Breda with the Flowery Branch Police Department. I'm currently the State Certification Manager. I was brought on in September, approximately 6 months ago, to assist Flowery Branch with attaining state certification. There's approximately 1,200 law enforcement agencies in the state of Georgia. Of that, between 130 and 140 have achieved state certification through the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police. The goal of state certification is to ensure that we are using best police practices and maintaining our records effectively so that we're prepared for any situation that may arise or any requests for records, anything like that. Since I've onboarded, we have reviewed every policy of the Flowery Branch Police Department. Of that, we have revised approximately 30 of those to ensure that we are aligned with best practices. We are 95% complete for our initial on-site, which is a review of the previous 12 months of records to ensure that we're meeting all 144 standards that are contained in the Georgia Law Enforcement Certification Program manual. Our goal is to have our official on-site before May. And then from there, it'll go to 2 review committees at the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police. And at that time, we will be officially state certified and go into a 3-year recertification cycle.
My name is Kelsey Cash, and I serve as the Police and Court Administrator for the City of Flowery Branch. Our administrative team is small but highly efficient, just myself and one clerk, Julie. Together we manage an average of 20 records requests each week for the Police Department and Municipal Court. This consists of requests from the public and other outside agencies. In the past year, our department has issued 88 alcohol licenses for new and existing businesses, and we processed 207 alcohol serving permits for individual servers. Flowery Branch Municipal Court holds court 26 court dates each year and operates with 1 judge, 2 prosecutors, a public defender, and 2 clerks. In fiscal year 2025, the court received 3,135 cases and successfully closed 3,375 cases within that same year.
Man, so last year was really good. We definitely saw some decreases from our total numbers from 2024, which, at face value, I think a lot of people might think is a bad thing, but honestly, it means that the efforts we're making are working. It means everything's going really well. So for instance, I was looking at this just a second ago, and, in 2024, we had 3 serious injury accidents, but then this year in 2025, we had none. And I know you've got more, information on that, but stuff that's really impressive to me is I think we're doing better in documentation with domestic violence because we've had an increase in reporting, which is education that officers are doing in the community to try to educate people on what it is. Our calls for service have gone down a little bit, not much, but I think that's also proactive activity that we're doing that is trying to reduce the crime rate overall. And man, our case numbers, they went down a little, but it's still all relative. I think we're all working really hard, and I think the numbers are there to show that the mission we have here to make sure we're serving the city to the best of our ability it's really working. I think everything we're doing is working, and I'm excited to see it. What all are you seeing with crime stats as far as Spear and the accident data?
So the accidents, we did have a decrease in the number of serious accidents. I think 2024 was 3.
Yep.
We went to 0.
Which is awesome. And we had no fatalities.
Yep, there was no fatalities, so that was really good.
That is awesome.
The guys still look like they're getting after it. We may have a decrease in the number of case numbers, but I think we have an increase in activity as far as the guys getting out here and doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
That's obvious with the numbers we're seeing with the accidents and the serious accidents and the no fatalities. It's because the guys are getting out here and they're being visible, which is making everybody more aware of what we're doing.
Yeah, I think some of the quality of the case numbers, that's what I really wanted you to hit on a little bit, is our case numbers went down a little bit, man, but some of the case numbers that you put out there with these drug seizures and money and vehicles and the search warrants that we've executed trying to get the dangerous drugs out of this community, give a little overview on that. What do you see there?
So we did have a handful of significant drug cases that we worked.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those included some significant seizures. They did have several with large amounts of cash, several with vehicles.
So the thing with drugs that everybody wants to hear about is Jenny. Jenny's been involved in a lot of this?
Yeah, Jenny's definitely been an asset for us. She's out working, helping us get to some things that we may not be able to get to ourselves.
Yep.
So having that additional tool has been crucial in some of these cases. Without her, I don't know if we would have been able to make that happen. So she's been
awesome.
a great part of our team.
Good. Well, let's keep it up.